visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? How are you? And how are you? Well, I hope everything with you has been fabulous.
Yes.
Really on Back to Life Monday. Well, or whenever you get this video. But nevertheless, we're going to talk about the housewives of Atlanta. But before we get started, as baby, because we've been busy all evening getting videos out. So
Yes.
before I go any further, I just want to do a quick 3-card read, just the 3-card read, maybe. Let's see. I just want to see a peek of their merch. I don't want these. I want a peek of them. I'm gonna try using these anyway. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try using them. You can't really make out what they are, but I fell in love with these cards. I saw a reader do these cards, and I called. And he told me the cards, and I ordered them. I love them. They're beautiful.
Yes.
But they hard for you to see. But I'll show you as I get this. One day we're going to have a camera that's going to be zooming in and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, this is going to be Charles. And that is the 7 of Pentacles. And this is going to be Angela. What I see here, this is Charles. As you see, this is the 7. So this is somebody that is very impatient and somebody that's about making money. It's about endeavors, making money, really making money. This is what it's about. And somebody that gets frustrated easy. Or he puts a lot of work in. He puts a lot of work in what he does, but he wants the payoff, and he can get very frustrated. On the other hand, it's hard to see this, but this is a 5. And what I see about Anne, she in fight mode. She just in fight mode. So what you have is her husband who's out there working, who probably don't have enough time to spend with her. And she has all this time to think and think and think. And all she does is get mad and want to pick fights. This is the 5 of Swords. You know, fighting and winning and fighting and losing, just fighting over Charles. And Charles is busy about his money and the business. Mm-hmm. He don't have time for this, right? He really doesn't. Now, in the past, I see the hope card. So it seems like they hope they make it. They seem like they got a lot of things going up against them. I don't know, because why do you have to hope on something that's great?
That's true.
You don't hope. You hope when all else fails, when the doctor can't tell you anything, when you got to wait it out, or it's bad news, or the court tell you it's just looking real grim. You hope that a miracle comes. You don't hope when the sun is shining and everything is glory and hunky-dory. So here I see a hope card, and I see that they done put a lot of money in their marriage as far as therapy go. Here I see again, and this hope and this, what is that card? I can't see it. They're a new deck of cards. I don't have my glasses, of course.
The Queen of Pentacles.
The Queen of Pentacles. So you see here, as the show we saw today, we see that she was really bogged down. And so the Queen of Pentacles showed me this is a lot of materialism. She's been a slave to the world desires. With her desires, she's been a slave to it. And then she had to let something go. And instead of her being happy, I still don't feel that she's fully happy about having a mark against her. That's what I feel. Above his head, what I see is, tell me what that is. That's some kind of queen or something.
Princess of Cups. So that must be the page.
Let me, the Princess of Cups. Yeah. So here, but let me show you. This is the what you can show them.
The Queen of Pentacles.
Right.
I hope you guys can see it.
In here, and this is the 5 of Swords, which you see it.
Yes,
I just see it. That's her. She's fighting. She's always fighting, just fighting and winning and losing, frustrated, just fighting over her marriage. That means everything to her. Above her head, what I see is a death card. Well, with no further delay, let's just go head on under that. And the Hangman. Okay. I like to tell people what I see. And you know what? You may not like it, but this is what I see. But
Okay.
before I do, let me go ahead on and, okay. I have to tell you what I see, and then I'll do the corners. What do I see? I see a death card, and a death is a death. That means that's something, like I said, over top of she's fighting. I think her marriage is in trouble. I really do. I
Okay.
think her marriage is in trouble. It's got her all upside down. She's upside down, thinking, figuring out, how can I save it? What can I do next? And I think when I look at her, she's got a lot of grit in her. She doesn't listen to what her husband say. She's so obsessed over Charles that I think it wears Charles out. Because here I see Charles like trying to get away from the negativity, whatever that's in the back. Because he showed his sentiments when he said, I'm leaving. He walked out on her.
That's true.
She wouldn't respect him as a husband. She really didn't. And I felt that was emasculation. When your husband said, just leave him alone. You overrode your husband in front of everybody and going to say, you'll get it. You'll get it. He said, I don't want to get it. Has nothing to do. I don't care. And you overrode your husband and you emasculated him. And I think it could be a lot like that in their home. And it just makes me feel like Charles ain't there a lot. Because Angela have issues.
That's true.
She's very insecure. Like her.
Mm-hmm.
I like her. I like the fact she put her stuff out there.
Yes.
But Angela is insecure. Let's see what's going out for them.
That is
You can
the
show it to him.
Princess of Pentacles, the page of
So,
Pentacles.
so I see a daughter. I see a daughter. So let's see what the correlation is with the daughter.
Is that
The hermit. It just seemed like, I don't know if it's the strained relationship between her daughter. 2 cards came out.
Oh, sticky, sticky.
So I see the Hierophant. I don't know. It come out as a daughter, but from what I'm gathering, because I have the Hierophant and I also have the Pope, which would be the Hierophant and the Seeker, the old man. The old man that seek the wisdom, the Ancient of Days, whatever you feel comfortable. But I see those 2 cards, and that lets me know it's a female. It's a female. It's some kind of female in her life that very close to her. Could be her daughter, could be her mother. I'm not clear. It could be whoever. It could be a friend, but it's somebody in her life that relationship really means a lot to her, because I see the Hierophant. The relationship means a whole lot to her, but it's working on it. And it's like she deals with this relationship very tenderly. However, that can also be Charles too, that's showing up in the past, but this is somebody from the past that's very much in their lives today. That's what's coming in, and that's what's coming in from the past. Let's see what's coming in to the present. I see here, what does say, baby? Come, I can't read the writing.
Says the King of Cups,
and here, Judgment again.
Indeed, it is Judgment.
Okay, so what I see when you're coming inward from the present, from the future to the present, what I see is happening is through all of this, through therapy, they seem to make it on it. They seem to get it, even though it's starting to be like an old system that doesn't work as good as it work anymore. I think being on the show is proven to be a little bit too much pressure for Angela, and I think that she's have a hard time dealing with it.
Yes.
However, I don't know what's going on in their home, but clearly Charles is in control of Charles. Charles going to do what Charles going to do. And right here, I see Charles, and I see a very strong man. And I think that because she can be combative and very argumentative, I've seen that, and she could be very strong-willed, that it pushes him out of the house. That's what I see. That's just what I see. He just seemed like a no nonsense. It's not that he doesn't, I think his business and all of that too, but I do think he's a busy about his business, and he doesn't want to be bogged down with the mundane things of Angela. It's the
Yeah.
best way that I can say it. And when he does tell her something, Angela's going to do what Angela's going to do. And what little do Angela know, she's hurting the marriage. And I really think a strong sense, that was the therapist was saying, you want to do it for Charles, who do you really want to do it with for?
Yes.
This is all for Angela. Angela is very insecure when it comes about Charles. And it just seemed like Charles needs some change, because I do see here that this is the judgment card. And I think that their marriage is in the balance. And I think that I think that Charles is there. I think when he's off, he's off. When he's on, he's on. And I feel as though that when you tell somebody what to do and they don't do it, then you can't help them. And that's how I see it with her. He seemed like he tells Angela what to do, but because Angela's so strong-willed, she's going to do what she wants to do. Then after she does what she wants to do and it doesn't work in her favor, then she boo-hoo about it. And I think that Charles just not in for it. He's short-tempered. He's an impatient man.
Yes.
You see that Seven of Pentacles, a very impatient man. He's about growing a business, doing what he's doing. He want to live a relaxed life when he grow old.
Yes.
He just living his life. Not that he doesn't want Angela. Angela just come with too much drama for him.
Yeah.
And so sometimes some men, well, in this case, he'd rather be out about his business so he ain't got to deal with that. She could become insecure, and being with an insecure anybody, it can become draining. And so, but I see here that their marriage got a lot of stuff going on in it. And it just seemed like it's a lot of movement. It's a lot of movement in and out, up and down. It seemed like a lot of bickering. It just seemed like just stuff around them is a little chaotic. That's what I pick up out of this. That's just what I pick up out of it. But are they going to get a divorce?
Okay.
I see a great loss. I don't know if they'll get a divorce. I don't know. And I don't want to speak that into the atmosphere, because I do see the 5 again. So we got 2 5s. Here it is, the Pentacle. So when it comes down to her finances, she busted. She's really busted is. When it come down. I'm not saying she broke, but I'm saying this has broke her. And this has made her more insecure when it come down to Charles, because she wants to be perfected before Charles. She has to work for Charles. This is what's in her mind. Even though she doesn't think she's coming off like that, she is. And, but what about Charles? What is that?
That is they
new cards. I never use them because of the pictures and they so dark.
Perfected work. Oh, the 4 of Wands.
So here we have the 4 of Wands. So what do you see? Here's Charles. He's about building. He's about fire energy. He just don't want to be bogged down with all this water and negativity. Not his thing. And that's all I think I would say about that. So I do see that they really struggle with their marriage. Their marriage is a struggle, but a lot of it has to do with Charles not being there as often because it's about the business. And Angela truly believes that because she has to be there. And if there is anybody else, if there is anybody in Charles' life, they're only there because he just want his mind at ease.
Yes.
Like, just have some fun. I don't want to be talking about what's going on in our home. I don't want to talk about our kids, your kids, my kids, whatever their situation. Yeah. I want to talk about the show. I want some peace. And so if Charles is cheating, it would be because he's with somebody, not to break up his marriage. But if he was, it would just be a peace thing.
Yes, totally.
To be peace, because he doesn't have that peace at his home. And he made that very clear when he walked out. As a matter of fact, when he walked out, and the cards is just verifying it to me. So, their marriage is teeter-tottering because the death card did show up in their future. Past, present, future. So, no, past, present, this is him. Past, this is her and him present, and this is their future. And this showed up in her life that she's working hard to save her marriage, which she knows is really suffocating and it's hard to keep. And you seen her just flip out over Charles when he begged her not to, and he walked out and left her there. So I hope you enjoyed this quick reading about Charles and them. I wish them the very best, but Angela is she's a force to deal with, and her insecurities is hurting her marriage. And most of all, is hurting Angela. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Go
Yes.
ahead. Let's get on with the show. You want to make some comment?
First off, I like the fact that you use those dark and gloomy cards for this type of reading.
You want to?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, though, for the offer.
Okay.
The aesthetic is beautiful.
They are beautiful.
They are.
I'm sorry you can't see them, but I hope I did good anyway by showing you. Okay, let's get started.
Yes. So right here onto the reunion.
They needed a reading. I couldn't take them no more. Ooh,
Yeah, for
their
real.
marriages. That's
Especially
why they
what we're gonna
struggle.
see.
They struggle. I don't think Charles is the one that's going to initiate go for a divorce. But if Angela keep looking and searching and fighting and this, sometimes you get what you don't want.
That's true.
You know, you look for trouble, you find it, because she's always about fighting for her marriage, which is too much for anybody. She's about to blow a gasket because she's so insecure. But go ahead.
That's true. So at the very beginning of the reunion, part 1, we had Porsha. It was just at the very beginning, everybody was just showing up. They was kind of there early. We kind of got to see the behind the scenes of how when they first get there, either they start immediately going into glam, or like in Portia's case, you take a nap before getting ready to glam. And then Phaedra, before she got fully ready, she was walking around and she happened to notice that Britt was nowhere to be found. She brought that attention to Porsha. However, Porsha played it well and smoothly, saying, "What? Britt's not here?" Yet she knew Britt wasn't going to be coming. So all that, then once all the ladies
As
gathered.
far as I'm concerned, Britt, she set Mrs. Ceneri's house on fire, or her barn on fire. Fire, fire, fire. Britt ran and got away from it.
She did run.
You know, she flicked that match and walked away.
She did.
So we never know who did what. But I don't know. I like to jump over a lot of stuff, but go ahead.
So all the ladies arrive on stage, and then they start getting into the talks. We see Cynthia had joined them just a tad bit later than the rest because she was a guest / friend. Kelly brought up the fact that, speaking of Britt, actually, Kelly had brought up the fact that Britt feels as though Britt causes mass destruction, yet plays victim and villain at the same time.
I agree.
Yeah, she
and then she had the nerve not to want to come back, and she gonna say she all above all these other bees, and you don't even know how much money to give for a charity. Girl, please go somewhere and sit down. Go somewhere and sit down somewhere, please.
Yes.
And you're gonna sue for 20. Okay.
Right, and Sue Drew, apparently she's just suing everybody.
But Drew said she never got anything, so we'll see. That's what Drew said.
See. Yeah. So later on, as the ladies start talking and getting into their conversations.
But the reason why she said she's suing Drew, if I'm not mistaken, is because Drew had the picture sent.
Yes, allegedly.
What do you care if you're not on those pictures?
Exactly. Do you have proof that she was still in this?
But at the end of the day, if you're not on those pictures, why you care?
Oh, you're right.
She said she wasn't. It wasn't me.
Right.
So where you care? What do you care? How you going to sue Drew?
For emotional damages.
But if it wasn't you, how are you emotionally damaged?
That's true.
Not nobody's fault. You didn't ask to see the pictures.
That's true.
So, you know,
that is
easy come, easy go.
That one was on Britt for real. This could have all been avoided.
Yes.
So,
but she just didn't fit. She's too troubled. She'll do good on Basketball Wives or something. She needs some place where you could get that true grit out of her. Because in a way, I do like her, but she's too messy.
Yes.
She's too messy. I wouldn't put her on Zeus where they fight,
no.
Even though she probably would do good there.
She would.
Because she will fight if the price was right.
Yes.
But I think I would like to see her on Love and Basketball. But at this point, the moment you say sue, a lot of companies they don't deal with you no more. She become a high risk.
If you
and you know Andy Cohen will put a woman name out there in a minute, it, and it take them about 8-10 years to come back. Once you done scorned them, Andy Cohen forgive slowly.
Yeah. So as the ladies started getting into their conversations, Porsha seemed to be the main topic. today.
Mhm.
So first off, she talked about how she felt that she was endangered in her marriage to Simon, and that's the reason why she had to file for a divorce. And she didn't just feel endangered physically.
I don't care. Simon said that he tried to stop Porsha from doing this. He tried to talk to her. He tried to call her mother. No avail. He couldn't get in contact. My thing is, when Porsha was sitting at the table with her mother, and I think Porsha look up to a lot of things her mother tell her to do.
Yes.
And here again, Porsha sat there and had that look on her face like, and it's my house. All of this was for a house. 11 months. We planned. We did everything just to the T. And as soon as the prenup was ready to go, she went and said all these things. I don't know if it's true. I don't know is it bad. But as for me, I just want justice to serve. If Porsha was right and she was right as rain and she did nothing more, I hope she keeps that house.
That's true.
I hope she keeps it. But if she was awful and she did dirt, then it'll be a struggle. But every day she has to stay in that house, and she'll have a hard time trying to keep it if she keeps it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how I determine it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So but to me, the way that she sat at that table to her mother, it was like, and they toast. I got the house clean. So I'm like, a house that's just too big for you. Why go broke over a house, girl? Whew. What else?
Yes, and also Porsha felt the nerve to compare her marriage to Kelly's relationship.
And got bit.
Yeah.
There is no comparison to 11th month and a 11th year marriage. She's right about that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't begin to understand and have children by this man. You can't begin to understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I have a daughter that's not by him, that has been scarred by him. So you can't begin to understand what I've been through. Kelly read her though.
She did.
But I like Porsha. Y'all know I do.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
This is my season for liking Porsha.
Mm-hmm,
now, next season, I may not like her. Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
Yep. So next was Drew, who also addressed Porsha, saying as though she felt like Porsha was picking on her because Porsha did not have a storyline.
Porsha, in my opinion, had Porsha and Bennett's storylines as she go. She had the storyline when she said that sleeping with Charles. She had a storyline with Dennis. She had a storyline with the woman that died, her cousin. Yeah. She had a storyline with the sister. She had a storyline with Cynthia. She had a storyline with Brett. Mm-hmm. She had a storyline with Shamir. She just had a storyline. She was all over the place.
You know what
Porsha was everywhere. If it was a hole, Porsha was in it. That's everywhere. True. She was everywhere.
Yeah, she found a way to get on that camera.
You know, yeah. So yeah, she should have been at the front seat because she worked for it. She was in everything.
She was.
She was in the partying. She was into the attitude. She was into everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. And she had storylines to me. She was making them as she go along.
Yep, she was.
Yeah.
I did appreciate, though, when Drew did address Porsha about Dennis and saying that, are we cool? And this was because a follower had asked, and Andy asked the question. Mm-hmm. So Porsha said she just basically felt, instead of talking it out, she got up and was like, come on, let's just hug it out. So that was her way of saying that, you know what, we cool, Drew, whatever it was between you and me and Dennis. She was like, let's put that behind us. I'm ready to move forward.
Because she out there now in Africa dating. So, you know, she talking about she want to, you know, she don't know whether she want a woman or a man. She's talking about, I'm just going to give myself a break. You need to. Yes. You need to take a break. Sometimes you need a year to decompress. Get some Reiki, get some, go and have a spiritual bed. Go sit in a rock place where it's nothing but rocks and go and a salt house and go and silt and purge yourself. We're going to do that one day. Yeah, go sit in a salt place and lay back and just let that salt just get all up in your body and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what she needs. She needs a good bath, a good cleansing spiritual bath. Mm-hmm. What else?
Yes. Shamia said that when she had asked if Drew and Dennis was dating, everybody else had spent the narrative that she had asked if Drew and Dennis were having sex with each other. So she wanted to clarify that. However, Porsha seemed to turn that into an argument between the two of them. She caused some type of attitude, even though Shamia was trying to clear the air.
Because she's still mad on Britt. First of all, knowing what kind of person Britt is, I would take everything she said with a grain of salt. Why? Because Britt just wants trouble. She's just a trouble soul. She's just a trouble soul. And she wants so much to be accepted, but she burns where she goes. She's always on the ready of attack. Yes. And that's her, that she works against herself.
Yes.
And the only reason why Britt didn't show up is because one of the reasons is because Britt didn't want to face the music, because she knew that she had beef with every last one of them girls.
Exactly.
And she couldn't deal with it. And she probably started talking about the bang bang piece in the purse again. So she just said, I'm done with these girls. And, you know. So,
facts.
you know.
Especially because Kelly over here is done with her relationship, her friendship with Britt, because finally we found out that Britt actually was paying Kelly's team for whenever she used her services.
Was that a good thing?
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, because we was wondering that if Britt was paying for it, then what's the problem? And Kelly still feels as though that she felt like Britt wanted to be her. So it was creepy for her in a sense.
And it's so funny that Britt also, Kelly paid for all of their infusions.
Yes, 1,000 each.
For all of them. That was her boyfriend.
Yeah.
All three of them. So she's a generous friend.
She really is. She is.
When somebody have a friend like that, you hold on to them and treat them right. You be just as generous back.
That is true. Now, we did find out that there was an allegiance or a group of girls that have gotten together and became friends on the show, or like formed cliques, because Shamia opened up and was just like, yeah, we was in alliance. There was an alliance at the very beginning. And Porsha was like, well, I didn't know I was a part of this alliance.
What is the alliance? What was it?
Like a group of friends. I think it was Shamia, Porsha,
Phaedra.
Yeah, Phaedra. I forget a few other people that.
So what is this alliance? What did they need an alliance for?
Nothing, just a group of girls that was just like hanging out and
had each other back.
Yeah, had each other's back. And the newbies had their own alliance. So all the girls started forming their cliques.
No, these cliques, they're too old for cliques.
They are. And that's how Angela felt. She was just like, well, I didn't know there was ever an alliance formed. She was like, nobody put me in an alliance. So she felt left out. And that's what happens when you form alliances. I just want to bring that up because I'm glad they were able to admit that they got a bit cliquish on this show this season.
They always been cliquish though.
That's true. All right. Now we're finally moving on to Kelly, circling back to her and her lawsuit, talking about how she has her chicken and waffles. She says that a location is opening up soon.
And it should be open this summer.
Yes.
Well, we in summer. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. She said she was only behind because she had to pay legal fees.
Yeah.
And have, actually, that was the only reason why she couldn't pay for her chicken and waffles.
House.
Yes. She did mention Britt's She did mention Britt's comment saying that after she had her twins and they had some birth defects, she had immediately had her tubes tied. So there's no.
Let me say that again.
That when Kelly had given birth to her twins, they had some birth or genetic defect, and after that, she had gotten her tubes tied because she didn't want to have any more children that could potentially also suffer from a genetic disorder again or birth defect. So she's like, there's no possible way I could have had a like Britt is claiming. So
Britt is in everything. Girl, don't tell her nothing. She got stretch marks around the mouth. She just talk everything. I mean, they sitting at the table. There she go talking to Cynthia, and just too messy. Grow up. Just too messy. I do like the fact, I did like this comment that Andy Cohen had for Britt in her spending habits. He was like, maybe you should invest more in the waffles and not the dog. That wasn't Britt. That was Kelly.
Kelly, yes.
And she received it.
Yep, she did receive it.
I think, didn't she?
Uh-huh. She played it off
Because it's like ridiculous. You spending all that money on a dog.
Mm-hmm.
How much her dog was? $1,000 or something?
I'm not
800.
sure.
That's ridiculous.
And then to keep that dog constantly dyed and colored,
I'm sure it's animal friendly.
Yeah, sure, but still, it's doing the most. Anyway, moving on. Lastly, yes, we ended off on finally Angela coming out with a yellow envelope talking about how she has proof and evidence that Phaedra is the one that told Marcus about her drama. She was just like, your brother went to the same high school and was friends with Marcus's sister, right? And she pulled out all these pictures and Phaedra was like, yep, that's my brother. Yep, that is me. And she was like, so then boom, you know him. That was so weak.
So petty, so childish. So childish.
So
and if you ask me, I mean, it may look weird. I don't know. I think Britt and Angela had something to do with this. They had no evidence. The guy said it was Phaedra. Well, what evidence? Because she the godfather of Atlanta. She know everybody. That come on.
No,
if that was cool, that's kicked out. That was flimsy. And Phaedra was telling them, come on, bring it.
Mm-hmm.
Bring something.
Yes.
So, and I agree with Phaedra to do that again after wanting to be on. She's so thirsty to be back. Mm-hmm. She's so happy. I don't think that she would do that again. However, I'm giving her a pass because I believe in mercy.
Yes.
So I believe that one of the Beatitudes, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. I truly believe that for me, that Porsha would not do, that Phaedra would not do that again. It was humiliating and embarrassing, and to do it so young in the game when you don't know, it just doesn't feel like. I think that they used Phaedra. She could have had something, but I don't think that she did that. It just doesn't seem right to me. But it just seemed that anytime Angela can stand up and start accusing people, it just seemed like that was a little suspect to me.
Mm-hmm. That definitely was, especially because she had this grand.
I didn't see Phaedra panic.
No.
She said, show it.
Yes.
I want to see it.
Mm-hmm. And then she was just like, Kimberly. And then Phaedra was like, who's Kimberly?
Who's Kimberly? And then you're going to say, y'all went to school together. Girl, I've been out of school for years, girl. I don't remember. Do you remember half of the kids you went to school with?
No.
You remember their names?
Mm-mm.
No. Because by the time you were in high school, you're switching classes.
That's true.
It's hard to remember and changing it every semester. So it wasn't a good valid proof for me. I think this is just something we're never going to know.
No.
Or maybe we'll hear something else about it. But what we do know, Charles said, let it go.
Yes.
And she was defiant to her husband. And she didn't listen to Charles. And Charles left her right there. Mm-hmm. Especially when she went to punch the bus. She a fighter. She went to touch the. Charles said, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. What are you doing? I'm going to show you. You'll see. I don't want to see.
Yeah,
I'm not even, this is so beneath me. And that's the petty stuff that in his house, she's not like that. We just seen the real her come out.
Yes.
She's petty. And when she was sitting at that chair and Charles was talking, didn't she have that look on her face like, oh God, please be careful what you say, Charles. Was that there?
Mm-hmm, it was.
She was closing her eyes as if she was chanting, please. So I just think that Charles is no nonsense. Charles is impatient. Charles about his coins, make his money, make some peace. And it's not that he doesn't love Angela. It's just that I'm starting to see in a marriage, she's a handful for the show. She's great because she brings drama. And I just think that she's falling apart at the seams over her marriage. That's what I see. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I think. If I seen it, I wouldn't tell it. So.
Yeah. So that was everything that happened on Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 Reunion Part 1. So with that being said,
let me say this.
Okay.
If I saw her, what I saw, I just seen her falling apart at the seams.
Yes, most definitely.
This is stressing her so much out. And I think that she might need medicine to maybe help her cope with it, because she really came unglued. And Charles just left her because he know there's no fixing this. When she's like, you can see it's a pattern. She goes off, she's not thinking who's messing, and it's embarrassing for him. Like, my wife is about to go off fussing and fighting, starting a ruckus over me.
Yes.
I told her I don't care. I told her to stop it. That turns off men. And she's been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants Charles.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, her
man, my man, girl, you exhausting.
Yes,
Charles got more sense than you, saying, let this go. And he put that guy out, and she said, no, you ain't leaving. I would never do that to my husband. Such emasculation. She's too masculine. She comes off very demure. But
she does come off demure.
But she comes off like I love my husband, but you know, she comes off like she could be a little volatile, you know, because he said, don't put your hands on that man. She didn't even know she was doing it.
No, she didn't.
So she's a little bit like Britt, and that's how she lost sight. She's a little bit like Britt, and I think that's why, you know, she could say the things that she said to Britt. The only thing about Angela, she can hold water.
Yes, that's true.
She can hold water.
Can do that.
Britt can't.
No.
So she's more mature. So I definitely want to see her come, because she definitely bringing the tea. And not only is she bringing the tea, she bought it. She put her mouth where her, she said it was you, and she just pointing it out with just aimlessly picking people. That's what it looked like. So I would like to see what it looks like when they come back.
Yes.
You know, and there is a rumor, which I truly believe it's a rumor, that is saying somewhere the housewives won't be back because of the suitcase of Britt. Because Britt, I think that Bravo don't have to worry about $20 million, because I may be wrong, but I don't think Britt gonna get $2 million if she sues, and if she gets anything. If she gets something, I don't believe it was $20 million. Okay. She ain't been there that long to work for 20 minutes at million. And she said that wasn't her on that picture. She said it wasn't me. So, and if you didn't sue, why did you do the whole episode? Then you cut out, left them at a bag where they didn't have a filler for you and all of this. So they could sue you for breach of contract.
Yeah, she knows she is a sloppy employee.
Very. But in a way, I like her though. I don't like her messiness,
yes,
but I did like her. I thought that she was good for the show, but her messiness proved to be too much for me.
Yeah,
and the show. I can't speak for you, but I did get a little warm spot for her. But she went out of the show the same way she come in. That messiness, that troublemaker, starting stuff, gossiping. That is just not the way to go. I think she just didn't know how to fit in with these girls. And the best way you fit in any place, you be quiet. And smile and be nice and helpful.
Yes.
And that's it. And keep your business to yourself. If they ask, tell them what you want them to know. If they don't ask, don't divulge anything. Play it cool. Just be friendly with everybody. That's my suggestion. That's what I would be if I was on a show. Nevertheless, I'm not Britt, and she came from a very rough side of the mountain. So I just keep her in my prayers, because she's going to need them. And with that being said, do you have anything else being said?
No, I hope you guys enjoyed this reunion.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do too.
I sure did. We got 2 more reunions to go after this.
But I don't think did we talk about Shamir and Porsha argument? Wasn't that over the mother? She said something about a mother argument.
Yes, that's supposed to come later in one of the reunions.
Right, but didn't they talk about, that's supposed to come later. Okay. So fighting over mothers. But I'm seeing that that Porsha mother got a lot of claw inside of Porsha. She got a lot of power over Porsha. She really does. Well, anyway, that's part 1. We're going to have to go. I know part 2 is 2. I just don't know why they make them 3. I don't. But for all you lovers out there, I get it. So with that being said, we thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our recap of the first episode of the reunion. And as we watch as it get hot. And I thought all the girls was dressed lovely.
Yes.
Even Phaedra. if you want to be a fairy princess.
Mhm.
I think she was off.
She was.
She was off. But I love them all. I don't love them, but I have a love for all of them. And I hope that when they come back, that they come back and it just be more cohesive and more fun times instead of sad times.
Got you.
And with that being said, we hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this commentary and the content that we brought you guys today. But more importantly, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to this channel. We would really appreciate it.
We would.
Yes. Please and thank you. But leave your comments down below. How did you feel about the reunion?
Yeah.
How did you feel about some of the topics that was discussed with between the ladies?
Who was your favorite dress? Who was
Yes.
your favorite dress?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Do you have?
Yes, I did. My favorite dress, I didn't have. I would have said Porsha, but then after I looked at Kenya Moore with no judgment, she said that it looked like a top and a skirt that she just draped around. And when I saw it, it just was like, yes, I could see it. So I would have to go with her. The best dress that I thought that was there. Well, I do agree she could have left the strap, but that was Shamir.
Oh, okay.
You had to pick one.
Yes. I actually like Cynthia's dress. Surprisingly.
That was just a beach dress. That wasn't for me. That wasn't dressy at all.
Okay.
You got looking at the more.
Okay.
Yeah, look at something high fashion.
Then the next person would be Angela.
Okay.
Yes.
Angela, there you have it. Mine's was I did like Porsha. I did. But after listening, that's why I don't like to be tainted, because she pointed that out and I said it does look like it's a skirt and a top separate, and she just draped it. It did look like that. But overall, I think they all look lovely.
Yes.
Even Phaedra. I think that she just got it mixed up and came like a fairy princess. I know she was embarrassed. I know she was when Andy Cohen pretty much asked her, like, what is that?
And she said, it was in honor of Jab Jab.
Well, with that being said, we thank you for joining us. Please, as we said, please subscribe. If you can't, don't, cool. But please give us a thumbs up, at least if you got halfway through it. And we appreciate you so much. And with that, we said, sunflowers.